G'day boys, it's your boy Nevergetty Mum's Biscotti, and in this video we're going to be talking about Brimstone smokes on Ascent and taking map control from the enemy team as well as executes. First off, I want to talk about mid control. Mid control is very important on this map as you can split towards any site that you please as well as take CT control and pincer in the remaining defenders. You can smoke off the enemies from pushing like this, so I like to prefer to do a deep smoke like this, as if a player does elect to push this smoke, they'll be killed by a person holding the short push. You can do the same smokes from this position as well in bottom mid, the same one as we're doing with top mid as well, but you get more free reign of smoking even deeper in mid than you do in short up top. Another Molotov, it's quite useful. So smack one over like this, stop any players from pushing short, and if they do push, they're going to be stuck in the right side corner, and they're going to take some pretty heavy damage from Molotov. So if you're going to take mid control, I would always elect to smoke off cat. You can either smoke nice and close up here, but I prefer to smoke a bit deeper, as if people do try to push in and try and get a kill or try and trade the bottom mid player, you usually get a free kill from it.
Smoke's down.
But if you are dealing with a nuisance and a short player just keeps on continuing, smoke deep here, but be careful when the smoke does evacuate that he hasn't crept up to this box like so.
Smoke's down.
This gives you free reign to push in and try and fight the mid player and take control all the way down. If you are going for a fast mid play or a fast B split, I would vote to elect nice and close deep short here, as well as back here. Make sure I go into the same spot as the buy phase, like so. And you smoke one like this.
Smoke's down.
So you guys can full rush towards B site and split through tunnels. Just do be mindful of the corners and do check every time you go to clear something. And then when you come up to run here, just smack one right here on the run,
Smoke's down.
as you don't have to focus towards any rotating players from the other sites as well as back mid. If your team is more electing to push up short and split in towards A, just pop one smoke right here,
Smoke's down.
and let some of your teammates push into mid to fight the short guy, and then you come towards here with the rest of your team, and then you can set up the rest of the smokes for the execute. Just come straight into this corner right here, smoke this one off, and smoke this off.
Smoke's down.
The reason I smoke the one on the left is when players come and take short, they can elect to come and fight this up here as well, and try and take the control of any players holding window or back left. And if the door is closed, this gives them the opportunity to shoot the door and help split site. For a normal A execute, come straight into this little corner here and wedge yourself in. As your team slowly push up to make contact, or if they're doing a rush play, depending if you have no mid control or you have any lurkers, I always do elect to smoke this off, as usually this door is left open by the defenders, and I just wouldn't want to fuck with that. And you smoke like this.
Smoke's down.
You push into site. Make sure you do throw a stim pack on the choke,
Stim beacon here.
as it's only worth $100, and having the increased fire rate for your team could lead to entry frags. Do be mindful though that there is some players that like to hide behind here. This is completely wall bangable, so when you do come into site and you don't see any players, just make sure you give that a little bit of a spray to force any players out or get a free kill. Also under this back right here is two little hidey spots that players like to play in, so be careful and do clear this out before you go to plant. If you're on a eco or a low buy and you really want to get a plant to buff your economy, a nice little A rush with these smokes will be very beneficial for you. Make sure you always smoke this off, as the door will always be left open usually, as well as when you come in and take site control, you can always click F to close it and make the defenders a bit more trouble when retaking. And put two smokes like this. Make sure they do overlap like so, because if they don't overlap, you can get seen by any heaven players picking over the smokes.
Smoke's down.
Like so. Let's come straight in and plant. If you're feeling like doing a short rush with your team on a force buy or maybe a full buy, smoke bottom mid like so and start to push up with your team. Make sure this smoke does land before you push around the corner, as someone can be holding an operator below and can get a free pick onto your team. When you come to this corner, before you push around, let your teammates go first and smoke this off. Smoking this off stops one more choke. Then when you come around the corner, just come this little corner, doesn't really matter where you are, and just slap one up there on heaven like that. You will most likely have to fight 1 or 2 players on the site to get this plant down. It'll be worth it. Just make sure that you do come clear this, as the smoke does block off someone that could be hiding in this little corner here. So just be mindful of that. And when you're coming through this choke point, just make sure to put a stim pack down. Can't stress enough that not a lot of Brimstone players use this stim pack, and it's so greatly beneficial for your team. So for B site, execute, what you want to do is you want to smoke right here and here like so.
Smoke's down.
And then come into this corner right here, grab your Molotov, aim at the giraffe eyes, Molotov that, and smack a stim pack out in the choke for letting your teams get better entry frags. This Molotov is really great as it stops from any players pushing out or through that smoke, allowing you to clear sight and kill the player holding sight. Nice little eco strat is placing a smoke here. Make sure you do get this little bit of wall that you can see inside the circle here, or players can see a little gap in the smoke and maybe get a couple free kills. And place the other one on top of here, as the players can see over the smoke. So if you put it too close and close in here,
Smoke's down.
place those 2 smokes in and rush and wrap left side of sight. To be careful of anyone hiding in this little corner here. But that's all you have to worry about when you come in sight. Just check that right corner and then rush left and swarm the site for a plant.
Ball hard like a Lando magic. Pull out the ting, call me go gadget. It's A-double-Z-A, but my name's not Aaron Rude, but I never savvy like hatchet. Talking like you're off and you moving, but we know that you ain't stacking. Ain't trapping, don't know why these men are talking rough and I got no backing. Alright, let me jump back in. Let me chat it, but I come back in. Then I wanna try and fuck around on the mic there, man, I get scared, but I'm at it.